money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay private, but I got them groupies. Owe me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and in with the new me. FTLOG on the top of the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies. She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and in with the new me. FTLOG on the top of the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies.
Swole, a Norma.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 test, 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 testing, 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 testicles, testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1189 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex. Biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, husses, and hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, and we are live. What's up, Instagram? Why are you on Instagram? Go check it out on YouTube. What's up, YouTube peeps at Daily Swole Podcast? Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and catch it every single day. Get your alerts, get the HD beard, and of course, without further ado, what's going on, little Papa Swolio? Hi, mama. Yeah, checking in with you. What's going on? No Instagram notifications? Well, you got some people watching on IG. Remember, and I said this in the pre-roll, I've been saying it a lot, but I just want to remind everyone that you can catch the Daily Swole on YouTube and you can fucking get your alerts. You will get notified when I go live and you get the best audio, the best picture. You want to stream it on your TV? You want to see Papa Swolio? You want to see the Papa Swolio cam? Make sure you go and subscribe over there and send your love. Hit the fucking smash the like button. Those of you that are watching, smash, 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 smash that fucking like button. Yeah, what's up, Renee? YouTube for the first time. You didn't lie. This is nice quality. Thank you. Thank you. I try. I would love to try more on Instagram, but they don't want me to. They don't want me to do the whole live thing. They want to be special. They want to be unique. But if you want the Papa Swolio cam, you got to come over to YouTube. You got to come on over to the Swole side. And yeah, and dip in. I need a little bit of need some chapstick. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Right around the rim there. Look at that. Oh God, that was sleazy. That was sloppy. Well, I did say this is a sleaze cast, by the way. Oh yeah, it looked like I just ate a glazed donut. No jokes. Don't say it. Don't say it, but everyone's thinking it. Everyone's thinking it. What's good? What's good? Smash. Yeah, close out the chat. Hit the smash button. Thanks, Nicholas. So happy Thursday, everyone. Hey, birthday boy. Yeah, I'm feeling older, feeling more swole. Just banged out some shoulders, banged out some back and some biceps, some forearms, some calves. I did a lot. I just had a good little pump, and tonight is some hot yoga. So again, just a little recap for those of you that have not been following, you're not up to speed with what's going on or what I've been saying that I've been doing. This year, because it was my birthday yesterday, this year I'm going really all in, really doubling, tripling, quadrupling, quintupling down on doing more yoga, like really doing more yoga. In the sense that doing yoga as the priority for my training rather than the lifting. Like I'm not doing lifting at the expense of doing yoga. I'm doing yoga as a priority and making sure I get my lifting in. But if I have to choose between the two, I'm going to go for yoga. Okay. I'm going to go for yoga, for hot yoga, for yin yoga, whatever type of active recovery. I really want to work fucking legit hardcore on mobility. I really want to get my mobility up to the level that I feel it should be. I haven't really given 100%. I talk about it all the time because I think everyone needs to increase whatever they're doing. That's my belief. So I'm not perfect with my mobility by any means. I'm stiff as shit. But it's something that you have to really proactively put a lot of effort in. And if you are just kind of doing it on the side, you're dabbling with some active recovery. I do a little yoga. I do yoga once a week. I do yoga twice a week. And by when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that that's shitty. If you're doing twice a week, you should feel bad. If you're doing yoga once a week, don't feel like, oh, fuck, he's knocking me for doing once a week. If you're doing yoga, you're fucking crushing it. Okay? If you're doing yoga once a week, you're fucking doing amazing. Most people aren't. What I'm saying is if you want to really reap all the benefits or more, it makes sense. The more effort you put in, the better results you're going to get. So if you go more all in on yoga, you're going to get more results and more benefits of practicing yoga. If you're doing it once a week, it's like, yeah, you're dabbling, it's helping a little bit, but you're not really getting a ton of mobility as if you were doing 4 or 5 or 6 days a week. Okay. And I'm not saying you should just jump right into 6. You have to progress like anything else. So like what I've been doing is essentially increasing my exercise output. So now I'm doing a lot of 2-a-days. 2-a-days in the sense, like I've always said, I prefer if I do 2-a-days to do strength training and yoga. So tonight I'm going to a hot yoga class, and like an hour or two ago, a little bit tight. I didn't go early this morning to the gym. So I was up late last night, so I didn't go early, which I usually like to separate my training sessions. If I'm going to do yoga and strength training, I like to separate it a little bit further than 4 hours, 3-4 hours. I like to do maybe more 8 hours apart if possible, but it's not always possible. So now that I am doing more like doubling up, now that I'm doing more of volume, just volume of activity, not just, obviously the intensity isn't the same as doing 2 strength training workouts a day, but what I'm doing is increasing the volume of my exercise output. And I'm challenging myself because I'm doing more exposure to an uncomfortable realm in terms of what my strengths are. So because I've never 100% really biased everything towards, for a longer period of time, towards yoga, I haven't ever really fully maximized those muscles and that mobility and that kind of lengthening and that type of exposure, okay, for an extended period of time. So in other words, the intensity, because of the yoga and the frequency of the yoga, in addition to the strength training and the frequency of my strength training, because I'm doing every body part around 2 days a week, 2 times per week. So more frequency, less volume, and a lot more yoga. And a lot of it's hot. I'm sweating. So it's like the hydration. I've shifted towards even more water consumption because I don't want to cramp during class or at night from dehydration. I need a lot extra water. And I'm feeling sore every fucking where. I feel sore everywhere. No joke. I feel sore everywhere. And this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about when you're doing a new training program or you're upping and you're increasing and you are leveling up your efforts, you're going to be sore. And we have this conversation a lot. I get a lot of questions about training when you're sore. So should you train when you're sore? If you're sore, should I do a workout? Hey, I want to do a workout today. I want to work out today, but I'm sore. Should I go to the gym? And, it really depends. It depends on what your experience is, what you're going to, from to, what your goals are. And that's really important. So if we're thinking about, okay, should you work out when you're sore? Should you train when you're sore? For me, this is how I think about it. And this is what I've been doing because I have shifted to a new type of approach with more yoga, more frequency of workouts, less volume per workout. So more exposure, maybe more volume over the course of the week, but slightly, but I'm biasing towards frequency. So I'm doing, let's say, chest and triceps twice in a week, but on each workout, I'm not doing that much volume. I'm not doing as much as if I was doing 1 time per week. So, and then I'm also increasing just my exercise output and the exposure because yoga does use muscles. It does use muscle strength and endurance in a different way, but because I'm doing a lot of poses that I haven't in a while with such frequency, and I'm pushing myself harder, and it's not an easy class all the time, and I'm fatigued from lifting. So it's work and I'm getting sore. But if I want to adapt, here's what soreness means. Soreness means your body is recovering from damage from a reaction. Like you're creating tension inside the muscles to overcome the external force, and that causes breakdown, that causes little micro tears, and your body has to repair, so you get sore. However, if I'm going to be doing this, think about this. If I can't, there has to be a period of me working through the soreness. So I want you to think about this because it's a very complicated subject and most people don't really understand it very well. That you don't necessarily want to always train when you're sore, but the context has to be appropriate in the sense that you're not just going and smashing with more volume and you're sore and you're damaged and you're going and you're smashing it again. You're not recovered. You're going to hurt yourself. Because what I'm doing, I'm not going to fucking crazy failure with my strength training. So I backed off maybe the actual intensity during the workouts, but I'm still doing a little bit less volume, but more frequency. So I'm decreased the intensity of failure sets or how much I'm lifting. I'm not doing max fucking reps. And that's offsetting the increase in the frequency. The yoga, I'm getting sore. But if let's say I'm sore today because I've been going pretty much every day, but with, mostly yoga and my frequency of strength training, I'm sore. But if I want my body to adapt to this frequency, do you understand? I have to force it to adapt. Comment right now and make sure that, are you with me? There's a difference between you crushed your body with an intense workout and training the next day or in 2 days when you're still sore and not recovered, and shifting into a different program that's stimulating your body and causing soreness, but it's not the type of soreness it's not the kind of soreness that you need to take 3 days off so you don't feel sore. It's the kind of soreness that your body is letting you know that it's adapting to, that you need to work through. Because if I let's say I want to not feel sore, then I take 2 days off and then I'm not getting the frequency. So I just backed off what my body was trying to adapt to. Does that make sense? So if I just right now, to fix the soreness that I feel, I'm trying to get more frequency out of my training. I'm trying to get my body used to training more often with a little bit more volume in terms of the yoga, not in terms of the overall resistance. I'm adapting. So I have to continue doing that and work through this soreness. It's uncomfortable now because my body's like, what the fuck is going on? Wait a second, bro. We haven't done this much yoga in a while, in addition to the strength training. And we're hitting these muscles twice a week. Because once you drop the volume in a workout, it's going to take less to get sore. And now you're doing it twice a week, so your body's confused. Oh, wait, we're not just doing less work, we're doing it twice, but we're not doing as much in a workout. So you're shifting, you're working different muscles with different frequencies, different volumes, different exercises, and you're not taking as much time off, my active recovery. So there's that line. So I'm working through it. I'm sore, I just adjust. If I'm sore and I'm doing legs, I'll warm it up really well and I'm not crushing myself. I feel good. Okay, I go with it. But I'm trying to get my body used to going more often. I'm not trying to crush my body and make all the fucking gains in the world. Okay. Now, that being said, when I go to the gym, because I'm doing resistance training more frequently and less volume, let's think about this for a second. And I want to make sure that everyone's still on the same page. When you are going to the gym and doing less volume, you need to focus on quality. This episode is called Quality Counts. That's what the title of this episode is, Quality Counts. And quality counts means that, of course, your form needs to be on point. Your focus should be on point. And it also means because you're doing less volume, because you're training, or I am training. Let me just use my own example. Because I am training more frequently during the week, what I need to do is make sure that the volume that I am doing in this more limited quantity needs to have the utmost quality. So because I'm training twice a week, I don't need to do 10 different exercises. I don't need to do 10 different fucking exercises for back. I don't have to do 3 or 4 sets of pull-ups and bent over rows and wide grip rows and narrow grip rows and one arm rows and lat pull downs. And you see what I'm saying? I don't have to do so much variety. I need to pick 1 or 2 exercises, like 1 or 2, maybe 3, but chances are 1 or 2, and really fucking crush like the good form, get to that right weight for you and bang out some quality fucking sets. Work towards failure, really get that burn volume and really just fucking push yourself. One of the things I do like about for doing back today, single arm, like I'm kneeling, so my back hip, so the attachment, the origin of the lats all the way into the insertion really gets a full stretch. What I'm doing is, exaggerating that range of motion. But what I like about single arm is you can always use that other arm and pull down and then focus on the negative and kind of like help yourself cheat and get to failure training yourself. One of the beautiful things about cables. So the quality really does matter. It always matters. The quality always matters. So let's not like downplay quality. Like, oh, if you have more time, you have more volume. You don't need to work as hard. You don't need to have as good form. You always need good form. And that's not what I mean. By quality, I don't mean form always. Okay. By quality, I don't mean form in the sense that, because you always want that kind of quality. You always want that kind of quality. You always want good form, but you need to push. In other words, the sets that you're doing, your working sets, need to be really fucking on point. You need to be pushing those hard. You don't need tons and tons and tons and tons of volume if you do those exercises properly. If you're stopping at 8 repetitions and you really got 12 in the tank, then what the fuck are you doing? Push to 12, 13, 14 reps or up the weight and stop being a biche. You got to work hard. It's not easy to lift and build muscle. And whether you're trying to lose weight or build or gain or, overall weight, you want to cut fat and drop extra weight, or you want to get big, like you have to train hard. If you want your body to adapt, what am I doing? I'm going and working out. I'm doing my work. I'm going to hot yoga and I'm hydrating like crazy. And tomorrow I'm going to fucking go to yoga. I have to expose my body to, and that's time management. It's pushing my time management. One of the other things that I'm doing with this increased volume or this increased frequency of training where I'm doing two sessions in a day in terms of strength training and yoga, it's forcing me into more efficient time periods for my other work. It's forcing me to be more efficient with time management because I have to do X, Y, and Z because I got class coming up. I got to go and do a yoga class in 2 hours or in 3 hours. I have to get this workout done now because if I wait too long, it's going to be back to back and I might not be hydrated enough, or I want to eat before this so I don't feel too hungry and I haven't eaten all day because I'm fasting, whatever it is, whatever the whole thing is. That's why it's important. I mean, it gives me it's like a bookend. It gives me 2 things in my day where I got to work around that. So it forces me to be more disciplined. I think that's another hidden benefit for me. That's just a personal thing. You guys might be like, that doesn't make any sense. But for me, that gives me personal discipline. That gives me, it makes me step up my game and be more efficient when I'm doing my work. Cause I could definitely get sidetracked. My brain's going a mile a minute. I'm thinking about 100 different fucking things. I'll be over here. I'll be like, oh, look at this and oh, that. And I'm kind of jumping back and forth. So it's easy for me to get distracted and I always have an idea or a thought or something I want to film or something I want to do. So it's really nice to kind of have those 2 end pieces for me and to have those 2 things in my day, or at least one, but have that ability to do it twice in a day really helps me. Okay, I got to squeeze the lemon from 3 to 5 because I got to be out of here by 5:30, something like that. So that's another great way to use your training, to use your workouts. If you're that type of person, you need more organization. You schedule your training, you schedule your workouts, you put it in. If you have a secretary, put it in. You have a planner, you put it in. You schedule it like work. You schedule it like your calendar, and then you put it in at a time. You don't say, oh, I'm going to try to work out on Thursday. No. What time are you working out on Thursday? Well, I go here, so I'm going to work out this from 3 to 5. I'm going to go and work out from 5:30 to 6. Good. Put it in your calendar. It's non-negotiable. You're going, you bring your clothes, you do your this, that, and your other, and you make it happen. That's how I did it. I'm not like, I don't live on a different planet. That's how I fucking did it. I made sure that I brought my gym clothes, or I did it before, or I did it after, or I did it on the way. Like anywhere, it was always the workouts and the training was number one. If I had work early and I had an engagement later on the day after work, I would get up early and train first. Or if I had something super early in this, I would bring it on the way back. I would go. Or right after work, I could have my stuff in my trunk and I would go. I would always just bring my shit, my food. Always had my food. Always had my gym stuff. Always. So it looked like I was kind of like going to the airport every day. However, I was always prepared and then I could always get it fucking done. And then lo and behold, I got results. Lo and behold, I'm fucking gained muscle. Lo and behold, I learned what worked for me. Lo and behold, oh no, how'd I get in shape? Oh, how do I lose weight fast? How do I build muscle quick? You fucking get obsessed with it and you do whatever the fuck it takes to get it done. That's it. You just fucking do it. There's no excuses about it. Maybe one day, once in a while, shit happens and you don't exercise, fine. But it's not just in the gym. That's what people think. Like, oh, well, I can't make it today. It has nothing to do with the fucking gym. Your fitness has nothing to do with the fucking gym. That's just one fraction of it. I'm in the gym maybe 85% of the week, 90% or not 15% of the week or 10%. Like you're barely in the fucking gym. You're barely in the gym. If I go to the gym 5 days this week for an hour and a half, there's 100, that's like 8 or 9 hours. There's 168 hours in the fucking week. I'm only in the gym for a few of them, even if I'm there 5 days out of the week. You're only in the gym for a short period of time. What are you doing outside? Sleeping, hydrating, recovering, doing massage, you're eating, you're fucking making your meals, you're managing your stress. You get the results. You go in, you get your fucking shit done. If you don't, it doesn't matter if you don't go. If you don't go to the gym today, everyone asks like, oh my God, am I going to lose my gains? No, you're just not going to break down your muscle. What are you doing if you're not going? A lot of people don't go to the gym, so then they don't eat healthy. Then they don't go to sleep on time. And, they just eat junk and they don't hydrate enough and they just completely punch out. It's like it's a day-to-day thing. Today I was really good. Well, I'm not working out tomorrow, so how do I eat my meals? I'm not as hungry. You fucking force it in. Like you eat. If you're trying to bulk, fucking eat. If you're trying to cut and you're trying to build muscle, eat your food. Eat your fucking food. Are you 3 years old? You need the airplane. Here comes the airplane. Here's the airplane. Eat it. Eat it. Fuck you. Bullshit. Don't be a pussy. Fucking go put in work. Go put in work. Everyone, go put in fucking work. That was a little rant, but it's totally true. Like I do a lot of reflection. I do a lot of reflection when we have these conversations, these one-sided conversations. I'm talking, you guys are commenting, but when we have these talks and we have these episodes that kind of dig up all my thoughts that I've had, and I realize, the questions that I get for just every day, it's so many of them just bring up these memories that I don't understand the question sometime. I don't understand the question sometime. I'll get a question and I think, fuck, my entire career, that's never crossed my mind. It's never crossed my mind. Like, how do I have the food available? Like, what do I make? What if I'm like out all day and I don't have time to cook? Like that was never even a problem for me. I want you to, it's hard to explain this because like that never even occurred. It never occurred to me, well, how am I if I go to work here, like, what do I do about my food? You bring it. Well, what if I'm traveling? You make your food that you normally eat and you bring it with you. Like, it doesn't change if you fucking make the food. What am I going to eat when I'm at work all day? You bring the food that you would eat at home with you to work, but I don't have time to cook it. You make the fucking time. You make the food and you bring the food and you eat the food and you train. And most of the time, you're not going to want to cook it. You're probably not going to want to eat it. And you're probably not going to want to work out. You're probably not going to want to do it most of the time. No one wants to do chores. No one wants to put in work. Everyone wants it to be fun. Everyone wants it to be fun. Everyone wants fitness to be fun. And let me tell you, moving your body, exercising, it sure can be fun. But if you're looking for entertainment, I really think you're in the wrong place. If you want if you want real results, if you actually want some real change, it's not the right mentality. It's not the right way to think about it. It's work for a reason. If you have any doubt from what I'm saying, just think of how many people don't have results. Why are we all here talking about this? So many people complain. Why are all these supplement companies and why are all these gyms? Why are all these things in business? People don't want to put in that kind of work. People don't put in that type of work. It's no secret, and it's not any stretch of the imagination to understand why the people that are obsessed with it, quote unquote, obsessed, get results. With anything, if you're obsessed with something, you tend to be pretty good at it. If it's like an activity, I'm not talking about like an obsession. If you're obsessed with playing video games, you're going to get really good at video games. If you're obsessed with playing basketball, you're going to improve dramatically at basketball. If you're obsessed with lifting and nutrition, you are going to be really good at lifting and nutrition. If you're obsessed with something, that means you do it a lot. It means you do it a lot. It means you practice it a lot. It means you expose yourself to that thing a lot. Everyone's kind of like, what do you like to do? You're obsessed with that. You're obsessed. You love to do it. Something you love to do. It's the easiest fucking thing. That's the best thing you could be. If you're obsessed with something, like good, if you're like passionate about it, passion, obsession, what's the fucking difference? I know there is an actual difference, but I think people mistake obsession for passion or passion for obsession or vice versa, whatever the fuck. Most people just think that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing when you go all in on something and you actually, that's like the most important thing. That's your top priority. Obsession, top priority. You can interchange those maybe. A lot of people don't make it a top priority. They should be obsessed with training. A lot worse things to be obsessed with. There's a lot of things that you don't want to be obsessed with. That fitness would be much better. So you exercise. So you eat healthy. So you prep your meals. So you bring your meals. So you plan ahead. A lot of you get made fun of at work for planning ahead. Think of that. Think how stupid that is. How stupid do people have to fucking be to tease you for eating healthy, for bringing good food, for bringing your own food, not only saving money, eating quality food to try to be a healthier person while they stuff their fucking face. They're making fun of you for being prepared. They're making fun of you for being prepared. People used to tease me too. But then whenever they were hungry, they're like, hey, can I try one of those? Yeah, sure, you can. Yeah. You made fun of me for bringing it and then you want one when you didn't bring food, or, oh, I had food at the moment where you didn't realize you needed food. Always happens. Always happens. Always happens. The nips are in HD. Fuck yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah. Obsession, top priority. Make it an obsession. Yo, if you're getting obsessed with fitness, if you're obsessed with training, fuck, that is like such a good thing. It's such a good thing. Be obsessed. Be obsessed with exercise. Good. Not to your detriment. Not to your detriment. Like, don't fucking kill yourself and overdo it. Not that kind of obsession. Not like a stupid kind. Yeah. Sounds like my friends who still live at home. My favorite excuse. My mother only buys, makes junk. You're 23 years old and work full time, buy groceries and cook them. Fucking pussies. No one wants to take responsibility. He's blaming it on his mother. He or she or whoever is blaming, they're blaming it on their mother. How fucking rude. How rude is that? Blaming it on their mom. I'm not in shape. My mom doesn't cook it for me. Cook it yourself, you puss. Fucking beesh. I love your beard. Oh, thank you, David. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I get food shame all the time. See, everyone's getting food shamed. Everyone gets fucking knocked around for eating healthy. That's so weird. That's so weird. It's so weird when someone makes fun of you for eating healthy. Look, people complicate nutrition so much. Here's what I say. When we talk about the elimination diet, about testing and seeing which foods work best for you. It's really important. It's an important skill. You're not a victim if you understand how your body works. If you understand what foods cause you discomfort, if you eat something and you know you're going to feel like shit, you know to avoid that food. If it's a cheat food and you're on vacation and you want to have X, Y, and Z, or you went out for a date and you wanted to have X, Y, and Z, it doesn't matter, right? It's your life. I just think if you want real results, you have to be fucking disciplined. Some of you can get away with it. We all know that. Maybe you're super happy with where you are with fitness. And if you want to have a beer, no, a beer is not going to give you fucking cancer. A beer is not going to crush you. But then some people, maybe it will. Some of you with gluten issues, or some of you'll have a beer and you'll feel bloated and have a fucking headache, maybe a glass of wine, whatever it is. But that's the thing that's what you have to learn. That's all I'm saying about your life. People just eat everything and then wonder why they feel like shit. Well, you're probably eating a lot of things or combinations of things that are making you feel like shit. In addition to not sleeping well, not exercising, generally just not eating better foods, having tons of, not hydrating, whatever it is. But most people have other issues on top of just eating everything. You just shove everything in your fucking mouth and you just tell your body to deal with it. And you think that you're not going to have any problems and you're shocked when you do. You're shocked. You're shocked when you have problems. You're shocked when you have fucking problems. You're shocked when you have problems when you just eat everything. When you just shove everything in your fucking mouth and then you wonder why you feel bloated. And then you wonder why you have joint pain. You wonder why you have trouble sleeping. You wonder why you have a little bit extra fucking weight around your gut. How do I get rid of this extra belly fat? I just can't seem to get rid of it. Nom, 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 nom. Measuring my macros, but whatever fucking goes in that fits those fucking macros. I'll eat these crackers. I'll eat this fucking cheese. I'll eat these cookies. It's only 150 calories of fucking garbage shit, fucking empty, goddamn cookie nonsense. Oh, but they're protein cookies. Oh, okay, buddy. Okay, enjoy those protein cookies. Okay. Worthless fucking filler. Eat real food. You want to, there's so much shit going on. I got some, I don't even want to talk about it now because I want to rage on it. Maybe we'll have an episode on some of the things that I'm going to rage on after I put out those YouTube videos. Cause I got a couple topics I really want to get into and I want you to go watch that. And then we can have maybe like a little release party for those, but for real, fam. For fucking real. All you got to do is eat better food. You don't have to make it complicated. You have to learn. Again, one of the reasons why I don't push a fucking specific diet. I want you to find the best one for you. I'll guide you through it. The elimination's simple. Once you find the information, listen up, open your ear holes. Come on, spread them. Spread your ear holes right now. All you got to do is learn and be willing to learn about the different shit that is going inside your fucking body. You assholes. You fat fucking assholes. You're putting things inside your body. Isn't it weird how we don't discriminate what goes in our face hole? But everyone's all like concerned about what goes in their pussy or their ass. Men and women. Like, oh, I wouldn't stick that up there, but you'll just eat whatever gets processed in whatever fucking laboratory anywhere in the world. This got shipped from China. Ooh, I wonder how this tastes. It came in a cardboard box overseas 3 months ago. It's good in the box. It's good. It'll stay fresh for 2 more years. Or no expiry. It's good whenever you open it. These are hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, it'll be good in 2 years. It's designed that way. What the fuck are you putting in that bag to keep those eggs fresh for 2 fucking years? What are you putting in that fucking, what are you filling those eggs with? God damn it. Right? I mean, you're more concerned about what goes in your other orifices. Like you're putting in your mouth, you're digesting it. You're digesting this food, you sick fucks. You're putting in your body. Ew, that looks gross. Oh, what is that? Oh, unicorn jizz ice cream. Oh, shoveling in. You wonder why you can't get rid of your love handles. You wonder why you have a little bit, my arm fat. Well, maybe you shouldn't have had like 300 calories of just pure sugar in your ice cream sundae yesterday. Oh, but it's Sunday. It's my cheat day. Okay. Okay, buddy. It's okay. You eat whatever you want, you know? You eat whatever you want. It's okay. I don't mind. You do it. You do it. You like to do it. It's fine. Eat whatever the fuck you want, man. You so good, buddy. You so good. It's okay. I don't mind. You eat. You the one that's gotta poop it out, man. You the one. You the one. I think it's funny. People are so confused, so conflicted. They just forget. They have no idea. Just no awareness. Think about that. Think about just no fucking awareness. None. No fucking awareness. I'll just eat anything. Think how funny that is. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, what's that? What's in that thing? Oh, I'll put that in. Sure. Here, if you do an elimination diet, got articles and stuff, got blogs on swolenormousx.com if you want to learn more. We've done episodes before. We'll have some more coming up about elimination diet. If you haven't, and I have some stuff on YouTube too. But if you figure out which foods are best for you, you make better decisions. That's it. You have more information. If you have more information, you can make better decisions. I don't think that's too much to ask. I don't think that's too radical. I don't think that's too far out there. Come on, it's just getting information. And then pick what you want. You want to be a vegan? Go be a vegan. Go be a vegan. You want to be a carnivore? If what you figure out with what works for your body, by how you feel, how you perform, and you analyze and you go down different paths, then do that. Whatever makes you happy. Like, this is your life. We all have this life together. So you got to figure out what works best for you. But don't be silly. Don't be silly and don't pretend like whatever you put in, like what you put in doesn't matter. Don't pretend like just because you can chew it, drink it, just because it's in a store, don't pretend like that doesn't affect you. We are in some serious health issues, mental and physical health in this country. Don't act like it's not making a fucking huge difference. Don't act like it's not making a big difference. Just fucking, it's such a big difference. It's all about medication. It's all about covering up symptoms. It's literally the food, drug, it's denial. You're worried about kids with ADD. It's the fucking food. It's the shitty food and the lack of exercise. That's what it is. That will fix it. No, guaranteed. It's not, oh, people just have ADD. Yeah, when you pound them with sugar and processed carbohydrates and then sit them in a fucking chair for 10 hours a day and they're chronically sleep deprived, yeah, they're not going to pay attention. They're not going to fucking pay attention. What do you think they're going to do? They're creatures and you are training them. Like, you wouldn't just feed your dog. Would you feed your dog just a big bowl of pure sugar and then put him in a cage all day? I'm going off, so I hope you enjoy the ride. Would you fucking feed your dog, your animal, just pure sugar, bowl of sugar, and then stick him in a tight cage? Those desks in schools, with the fold down thing, like, it just traps you. It's like you're wearing a fucking belt and you gotta listen to some 70-year-old woman yap about Christopher Columbus and shit. This is how you add these numbers. I don't need to fucking add. I'll ask Siri. She'll tell me. Teach me something important. So we're fucking people up from birth. We're starting young. Start them young. Fucking people up from the fucking womb. And before, right? What the mother's eating and what you're eating during, in vitro and all that shit. So let's get a little Papa Swole. What's up, baby girl? What's up, mama? Yeah. What's going on? Say hi to everyone. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. She likes that shit. Do you like that, man? How to deal with health shaming? There is no health shaming. I talked about this the other day. There's no such thing as health shaming. Give me a break. Give me a break. You're going to make me feel bad for being in shape? It makes me feel bad for you even having that concept or having that thought. I've never felt fit shamed once. Not once. I'm in shape. I know it and you know it. So how are you going to shame me? How are you going to shame me for taking care of my body? You shouldn't be so awesome with your body. Okay, I stop it for you. Okay. Yeah, I'll stop training because you don't want me to. You fucking jabroni. Jabrones. Jessica, people make fun of me and tell me I'm wasting my money on high quality food and then eat out at McDonald's 5 times per week. You have people making fun of you for spending money on food, and are these people literally eating McDonald's 5 times a week? Ooh. Oh God. Ashley, it's not about if it fits your macros. People eat garbage all day and think because they can look fit, it's all good. I think that's going to be the biggest thing that kind of comes back to bite people in the ass. You can have abs your whole life and still get cancer. Who knows where that's the thing. There's a lot of variables, but the quality of the food makes a big difference. You're putting it in your body. You're putting it inside. But you get your hands dirty. You wash your hands. But what if you're eating? You just eat shit. Like, it's going in. Your body has to deal with it. Has to do something with it. Has to process what you're chewing. And it's going to come out your butthole. It's going to come out your butthole or your pee hole. The things that you're consuming. It's going to come out of your body. Your body has to literally push it around inside your system. Ooh, I'm really careful with what goes in. And that's when you slap them across the face with a knowledge cock. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Instagram, you're like, what the fuck? You got to go on YouTube if you want to see the knowledge cock slap. My town doesn't have a McDonald's. Rosanna Blood. How do you meet calorie goals when you can't eat for more than 5 minutes? What is going on in your life that you can't eat for you cannot eat for more than 5 minutes? Are you in prison right now? I think prisoners get more time. What goes on in your life where you cannot eat for more than 5 minutes? Do you work like on the Amazon, like assembly line, and you sleep in the back room? You're a hairstylist? Well, you need to make your schedule better. Schedule 15 minutes. Or intermittent fasting. I would adjust your schedule a little bit. Give yourself 15 minutes. Maybe give yourself a little time between clients. Holy shit. What's up, Bish? What's up? I believe there's times I can't exercise. If you can't exercise, you still eat clean. That's the hack. That's what I was saying before. When you're exercising 5 or 6 days a week, most of the time you're not in the gym. Just with the math, there's 168 hours. If you train 5 days a week for an hour, that's 5 hours. 163 divided by 168, that would be the amount of time you're not in the gym. And that's like 90 something percent. You're not in the gym. So when you're in the gym, it also goes to show how important what you do in the gym is. Everyone's like, well, it's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. Well, if you're training 5 days a week for an hour with resistance, and that is, let's say, 8% of your week, it means that 8% is extremely stupid fucking important. So don't make it out to be like, oh, it's 20% exercise. It doesn't matter. Nutrition's more important. If I can get fucking yoked and you can get fucking yoked on 4, 5, or 6 hours a week, that makes it exceptionally important. And it makes that fucking percentage absolutely fucking irrelevant. It makes that percentage irrelevant. And it's an irrelevant. But you can't say irrelevant. So is that kind of like, it's the I that sounds like an E. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. It's fucking irrelevant. Fucking bastards. It's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. That people use that to try to get you to conceptualize, well, it's not that important. It's 80% nutrition. It's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. Who the fuck is training 20% of their week? Who's training 20% of the week? You training 30 hours a week? Are you training 30 hours a week, you fucking savage? 30 hours a week? The fuck out of here. You're training. That's more. 35? What's 5%? What's 20%? What's 168 divided by 5? It's like 30 fucking hours. 31, 32 hours. Get the fuck out of here. So it's not 20% exercise, is it? However, if I said, well, getting in shape is, it's 90% nutrition, 10% exercise, 95% nutrition, 5% exercise. That's not true either. It's not that simple. It might be 6% or 7% or whatever, 8% or 10% of your time, but it makes up a much larger percentage than what that analytical metric, that absolute metric represents. It's not an absolute metric. You're spending maybe 7% of your time, but it makes a massive difference. And it's not 90% or 80% or 70% nutrition. It might be 40% nutrition. And then 10 or 15% sleep, or 40% sleep and 10% nutrition and 10% exercise. And then hydration is another fucking 40%. I probably hydrate. If you want to think about it properly, it's probably 40% sleep, 40% hydration, 10% nutrition, and 10% exercise. That's probably what it is. Probably 40% hydration, 40% sleep, or 50%, 50-30. 50% sleep, 30% hydration, 10% nutrition, and 10% exercise. It's probably that. 10 hours a week. I mean, fuck. Let's say it was 10. Let's say it was 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week for a percentage. 10%, 168, 16 fucking hours. Get the fuck out of here. You're not training for 16 fucking hours. It's not absolute time. It doesn't mean anything. It's subjective. For some of you, the effort required to eat healthy, the effort to prep your meals is going to take more conscious effort. So it's going to seem like it's a bigger percentage for you because that's the rub. That's your challenge. For some of you, getting to the gym is going to feel like a challenge. For some of you, getting to the gym, just getting there and working that into your schedule is a real challenge because it's like half an hour from your work. So do you go first and you have to drive there, or you go after work? And that's the challenge. So it's going to feel like that's a bigger percentage because it takes up more brain space for your planning. It doesn't mean that it's any more or less important. You still have to either 1, get it done, or 0, don't get it done. Very binary, very yes or no, very black and white. It's very just you do it or you don't. So it depends on what your schedule is, where you're located, all the conveniences of your schedule and the gym and your nutrition and what you prefer and what you like and blah, blah, blah. Whatever's most challenging, you're going to think about it more. It's going to feel like that's more important. But for every fucking human being, you know, it's pretty much the same across the board. You did it or you didn't. You ate it or you didn't. You trained or you didn't. You exercised, you recovered, you slept. You did it or you didn't. And for different people genetically, then there's the genetic question mark. Some people are going to build muscle better. Some people will recover on less sleep. Some people need less sleep. Some people can do more frequency of training. Some people like to train once a week. Does that mean you can't build muscle training each one once a week? No, I did that for a long time. You absolutely can build a shitload of fucking muscle. Can you build muscle training each body part twice per week? Abso-fucking-lutely. You can do that. I've done that too. Like, you can do different things, but different things are going to be good for different people. And just because one thing worked for someone, they might write a program and then sell it, doesn't mean it works for you. So it's important to understand. That's what this podcast is all about. That those of you that are in Swole Enormous X, that's what it's an educational portal with training. This is supposed to get you thinking a little bit more creatively and a little bit more dynamically about your training. Just because there's a certain organization of exercise and a certain split that everyone talks about. Maybe it works for 85% of people. Maybe it really does work. Maybe it's the best program overall for humankind, but you're part of that 15% where that's not optimal. Well, you're going to try it and suck and be like, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong with what I did. Maybe I just have this challenge to overcome. I don't know what to do. So it could be, you could be part of that 10, 15% where that program wouldn't give great results, but doesn't mean there's nothing out there for you. You just haven't fucking put in the work enough. You haven't tried enough things. You haven't put enough effort in. Maybe you didn't put enough effort in. Maybe it does work for you. You just didn't try hard enough. That's where self-awareness comes in, and being more mindful with what you're doing and how you're doing it, and being objectively critical of your own situation and your own efforts. You know, like it's not, maybe you just didn't really, are you denying the fact, like, did you work hard, or did you just think you worked hard and you look back at it? I didn't really put that much effort into it. I cheated a lot. I went off of it for a week, blah, 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 blah. Maybe you didn't really try that hard. Are you lying to yourself? Are you just saying that, hey, I worked hard just because? Are you making an excuse? Are you thinking of some alternate reality? Are you just, you were wishful thinking? You wish that you fucking put more effort into it. So you're just going to tell yourself over and over again until you actually believe it. You're not affecting anyone. Doesn't affect me, doesn't affect the person next to you. It affects you. If you're lying to yourself. That's integrity. Integrity, B-shiz. That's what it means to have integrity with yourself. Are you actually being honest with yourself? It's one thing to be honest with other people. It's another thing to be honest with yourself. Did you put the effort in? And if not, you have to step up. And for me, that's what I'm doing with my training. And that's what I'm doing with all my shit. I'm stepping my own shit up. I'm calling myself out on things I'm not working hard enough on or focusing enough on. And that's what I've been talking about. And what do you think? Why do you think the reason I've been talking about it with the yoga and the mobility? Why do you think I've been talking about it so much on the podcast? I'm saying it loud. Social fucking accountability. I'm putting that all out there. So I do it. If I talk about how I'm doing yoga all the time, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to say that I'm doing it. I'm fucking doubling up and I'm, prioritizing that and then not doing, just be a fucking just a hypocrite every fucking day. I couldn't live with myself like that. No, I'm doing it. That's why I'm talking about it so much. I'm putting it out there. And that's why those of you that are in Swole Enormous X, we have those weekly accountability meetings. We fucking say what we're doing for the week. What are we working on? What do we want to change? We say it. We post about it. We share it here in the comments. You share it. You put it out there. You're going to fucking do it. You're more likely to stick to it and to get it done if you're holding yourself socially accountable. If you put it out there, you blast it online, you share it with people that are supportive of your fucking journey, you put it out there, you don't want to let them down, you don't want to let yourself down, and it helps you stick to it. That's why this type of community and in Swole Enormous X and whatever community you're a part of, that's why it's so important. It helps you stick to shit. And it's so easy to fall off of it. And sometimes you need someone to be like, no, stop being a bitch, go to the gym. Or, nah, you're full of it. You're just making shit up. You're doing great, right? You're doing great. You're doing great. And you're just getting anxious and impatient. You're like, you know what? You're right. I am getting impatient. All right, let me refocus. You need people to check you. You need people to check you. You need people to check and kind of slap you across the face, slap you across the taint. If you're interested in joining at least the private community, you can go to swolenormousx.com. This is for answering Jess Fitness. That's a lot of S's in your name. Jess Fitness. You got like 4. Don't get greedy with those S's. That's not fair. Jess. I got more S's than you. Jess. Yeah, swolenormousx.com. You can join the Daily Swole Club and get access to the accountability meetings in the private Facebook group and such. And then you can also check out the full memberships, which are on the site too. Ashley, that'd be good for you too, Ashley, on YouTube. I mentioned this in the pre-roll. Actually, I just realized this wasn't for the main cast. If you're interested, maybe you have your own program. Maybe you think you know everything and you don't want Swole Enormous X. You don't want to join, or you can't afford it at the time. Look, I want to help as many people as possible, which is why we do the podcast and everything, answer so many questions. But if you want access to the private community, you can also do that with a donation to support the show with the Daily Swole Club. So when you when you join the Daily Swole Club, it's on the website. You will actually get access to the private group. So you can get the accountability, you can get the support, because it's essentially, it helps keep the podcast ad free. That's why I don't run ads on the podcast or on the podcast channel on YouTube. I'm not monetizing it at all. So I just talk about my own stuff and what I believe in. So it keeps it authentic. I just hate when people run ads. It's like, do you want to buy this brand new fork? Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it can be very lucrative for, a podcast with as many downloads and stuff as we have and growing, but it's not something I want to do. So anyway, the Daily Swole Club is supporting the podcast. So it helps keep it ad free, and you also get access to the private community. So it's a nice little gateway in between, help you get started. And also if you just want to, it's a little gateway to make sure that people are serious. So it's 100% accountable, enthusiastic. The private community is fucking amazing. It's amazing. So if you're looking for support and you're looking for real shit, that'll help you stick to your shit and stick to your guns. That's a great place to start. But, if you want access to all the programs and the elimination diet and that ebook and all the content inside Swole Enormous X, the yoga classes and everything, those are the full memberships. But the Daily Swole Club will get you into the private community. Nicholas, I hate when I get V-Shred commercials before Papa Swole. It's because I usually have tags that he will use. I'll have to start running ads for the podcast and be like, hey, come check out the Daily Swole. Don't go do one of those body type quizzes. Don't waste your fucking time. Come watch me. Come watch Papa Swolio. My favorite ad I see is V-Shred on Alan's videos. It's so funny. But when you use certain tags, when you're uploading a YouTube video, when you're running YouTube ads, you put which tags and which things and whose channels and stuff. So that's why when you use a certain tag, if I put V-Shred in a tag, you'll probably get a V-Shred vid. So I try to avoid that. But if it applies, then I'm going to put it in. If he wants to run an ad, it's ironic. No one's going to fucking buy your shit when they're watching my video. First time, Jim's calling. Good for you, Sean. Get to the gym, bro. Get to the gym. Gigi's Life, Healthy Vlogs. Thank you, Gigi. Your talks are very helpful. Just want to say thank you. Thank you. Angela, I'm late. You are. For shame. For shame. How dare you be late? So let's see. Today's Thursday. So a reminder for those of you, if it's your first time listening or watching or subscribing to the podcast, reminder, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. That's Daily Swole Podcast on YouTube. You get me, you get the HD beard, the fucking ridiculous audio. You get the Papa Swolio cam. She's giving you ass. Oh, she's got ass to the camera. Baby girl, mama. Yeah, say hi. You're on the Daily Swole. No? She's like, is there beef involved? Does that mean I get beef? Does that mean I get beef? All right, fine. She's assing you. Assing all of you. Ass to the face. Look at that booty to the face. Yeah, sexy beesh. What a beesh. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you subscribe to Daily Swole Podcast channel on YouTube. That's Daily Swole Podcast channel on YouTube. That's at Daily Swole Podcast on YouTube. But also, the reason why, what was I going to say? Subscribe. Oh, because Sunday. So if you're new to the podcast, that's what I'm going to say. So Sunday, today's Thursday. It's only 2 days away. Sunday is the Sunday Funday Q&A. So if you got questions, a lot of you have questions now. We're about to head off, but make sure you subscribe and hit the bell when you subscribe. That way you get notifications. The YouTube notifications are really good. Everyone says they like them. Sometimes they get multiple notifications, but then you can ask questions, get your questions featured. So when you type here, you're kind of like the odd man out Instagram. So I could bring up comments and stuff from YouTube. And that way you can get featured. And when we do the Sunday Funday Q&A on Sunday, you can ask your questions and get them featured. And I like to ask or answer as many as I can. So every Sunday we do open Q&A. So make sure you mark your calendars and shit for that. And we got some cool guests coming up maybe by the next week. We're going to have some guests next week and shit like that. So more of that. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. We're almost at 1,200. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for episode 1189 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow for 1190 of the Sleaze. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.